I'm Nate White, and this is Dave Young. And Dave, a lot of clients want to know, what's going on in the markets, what's our outlook, and what's going to happen here throughout the end of the year. Where are we now? What's been happening with the markets up to this point? And then maybe let's look at what's going forward.
Yeah, as far as where we're at right now, we've been in a crazy market ever since July, ever since the Congress punted on coming up with a reasonable debt resolution. The market sold off. And ever since then, we've been in this back and forth. I mean, the level of volatility we've seen in the last few months, I've never seen that level before.
Right.
With the market going sideways for this extended period of time. And, we're 1,000 points down, then we're 1,000 points up, then we're 1,000 points down, then we're 1,000 points up. It's enough to just really wear investors out. And then today, we, again, as everything's falling apart, we get a 500-point up move about the time everyone's getting ready to bail out.
Right.
Why don't you bring us up to speed on your take on that?
Yeah, and so like last week we had headlines showing the worst week of Thanksgiving. The market had the worst week of Thanksgiving like in 32 years.
Of course.
November was bad, October was good, August, September bad, like you said, with the volatility. And then today here the market's right back up to end the month. And definitely on the news that, had 6 central banks coordinating their efforts. So we kind of have a lot of the backdrop of the governments coming in to help, because everybody's been very nervous out there, of course, of what Europe, as we've talked extensively about. And so today the central banks coming in, China easing their restrictions, and then on the back of that we had good economic numbers, which we've continually posted good economic numbers these past couple of months. So I think the wind is behind the market's back. The market wants to move. You usually have a Christmas, Santa Claus rally. Economic fundamentals are good. Corporate outlook looks good. However, Europe's just kind of hanging right there, not letting the market go. Then today we got a little bit of a reprieve from that. With it's not maybe the cure for what's ailing the markets, but it is a little bit of a help in the short term, because it alleviates some of that fear that everybody has that there'll be a liquidity crunch and Europe will seize up like we did back in 2008. And so by the central banks coming in and providing that dollar swap cost down, it's helped the markets, boom, up 500 points today.
Don't you think that up 500 points, that's to me is a reflection of the underlying strength of the equities,
right,
based on balance sheets, based on earnings, based on those sorts of things. What's been holding the market down is just this overwhelming geopolitical Europe, the U.S., their debts, all those problems has been pushing it down. So to any extent that starts to go away, you see these big pops.
See the market go up, right. And so that's why it looks like we'll have a positive to the end of the year, just depending if Europe gets their act together here over the next week or two, which it looks like they finally had that final phase in. It looks like the markets could have probably a good December.
Time will tell.
Yeah. Thanks for watching Paragon TV.